Today I'm going to tell you why I think LSU is going to beat Alabama like a rented mule, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I'm not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's college sports related. Yeah, we have a good time. So today I want to talk about LSU versus Alabama. But first, check it. I need you to subscribe to my newsletter, okay? Many of you have already signed up, and I sincerely appreciate that. And if you sign up, you get an opportunity. We sign up between now and December 7th. You get an opportunity to win. I always misplace it. This bad boy right here. Now, I understand that most people who watch this channel might be OU fans, and I talk quite a bit about OU, as you well know. But if you're not an OU fan, I'll still send you the lamp, and you can send it to your favorite Texas fan for a trolling gift, or you can put it into the office Christmas party, one gift you don't have to buy, whatever your use is for. All right. I'm asking for like your Yahoo or your Hotmail or your SBC Global, SBC, yeah, whatever the global.net thing is, it's really weird, or the Outlook. Or if you feel like giving me your Gmail and you want to put me in your regular rotation, I would appreciate that. I'm writing quality columns and I'm getting free stuff that's in there. So if you sign up, I would hope that you would enjoy many of the things that I'm writing that are going to be sports related and college related and having a good time. Because I'm passionate about growing that email list, and I am continuing to tell people to please do it. Yeah. Also, the selection committee sucks, but I already made that video. So now let's talk about LSU and Alabama. Look, Bama's banged up. Miller Forristall's out with a throat injury. Guard Evan Neal is out with a groin injury or hurt with a groin injury. Najee Harris has an ankle injury. DeVonta Smith has a shoulder injury. Tua's ankles have been surgically repaired. And last time I checked, you only got 2 of them. Now, Pete Golden is going to have to come up with something as mean as the 3-1-7, sometimes it was straight time, that Auburn defense coordinator Kevin Steele used to slow down Joe Burrow and that Charlie's Angels trio of LSU wide receivers that we're going to talk about in a bit. We could talk about how Auburn held LSU to 23 points, or we could talk about how Auburn gave up 500 yards of offense and Alabama ain't got no Derrick Brown, all right? Let's not forget, LSU ran for 187 yards on the ground against Auburn, and Bama's run defense is suspect at best with 4 puppies in the front 7. And that's before we talk about LSU going deeper than the New England Patriots on its defensive line, and Justin Thomas coming careering off the edge at pass rush situations. Then we got Tyler Shelvin is a monster at nose. Yes, they lost Michael Divinity, but do I need to bring up the loss of Dylan Moses here? No? Okay, cool. Moving on then. On the Bama Baton Rouge back end, right, they got dudes. They go step for step, move for move, route for route with Bama wideouts. I believe that in my heart of hearts. Damn the stats. Give me Grant Delpit, Jacoby Stevens, Christian Fulton, and Derek Stingley against any quartet you want, including my Oklahoma wide receivers. Now, Stingley, built in a friggin' lab. He turns into a Top Gun pilot when the ball is in the air. Peep game, all right? Auburn had possession at the plus 32-yard line with an opportunity to take a 2-score lead. So Gus Malzahn dialed up a 9-1-8. That's a go route to Seth Williams. Keep up, family. And Bo Nix just chucked the rock like a Koye on top of a Wakandan Lexus, and the spear was headed straight toward the... Look, Stingley made like T'Challa in a back pedal with his body facing the field, turned a complete 360 degrees, sighted, timed it, and snatched it. It was not the clown, Pennywise, but it was an interception. 1-yard line. CBS color guy and noted SEC homer Gary Danielson said Stingley has some of the best ball skills he's ever seen. And then we got an LSU staffer telling The Athletic it's the most incredible interception he's ever seen. Stingley has the ability to body Jerry Jeudy like Cuban Jesus did Nate Diaz. But more than that, his man cover skills give Dave Aranda the ability to bring an 8th man into the box without hesitation. And apparently, Aranda still has some voodoo left in the hoodoo. Grant Delpit said the shaman is going to be chanting in Tuscaloosa with some looks and some schemes that will make the devil scream. And Stingley ain't scared of this Bama squad. Hell, why would he be? He was in high school when Bama handed LSU that 29-0 defeat, and he skipped the All-American Bowl so that he could practice in the bowl game preparation, and Dave Aranda would have played him if he could have played him. Bayou Bengals this year ain't scared. They understand. They haven't beaten Bama since 2011. They also understand Ed Orgeron has never beaten Nick Saban straight up. They know they haven't controlled the tide in a decade. They know Tua is on a tightrope. They know Bama can be beaten. They know they can go blow for blow with the most dominant team of the millennium on Saturday. But you can't just load the box against Bama like you did against Auburn and Bo Nix because he just can't see it. And you can't just run zone against Bama because Tua can see it. Jerry Jeudy is a complete wide receiver. DeVonta Smith made the leap, and Henry Ruggs has 4.3 speed. That trio has combined for 121 catches and 1,921 yards receiving in just 8 games. And that's before I even mentioned Jalen Waddle. You've got to run man, play fast, and be physical to beat them. You got to cut off the slants. You got to make Tua hold the ball, and it means you have to attack Bama's RPO game. Rush 4, play right and tight coverage. Trust Jacob Phillips and Kayvon Chasen to see the ball and break hard to the flat on these RPO schemes. I know that Alabama offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian will call beaters in against LSU's look, and that's when Aranda's going to have to earn his $2.5 million salary. And he has been in years past, right? Held Bama to an average 306 total yards, so the defense has been showing up. And then it's Joe Burrow time. Joe Brady, Steve Ensminger need to be like Captain America and Falcon in the booth, hand Burrow ingredients and let him cook. Because if you're able to get Joe Burrow into situations where he can see the field and have an opportunity to pick apart that secondary, I believe that he can go beat Jim Thorpe Award semifinalists like Xavier McKinney. I think that he has wide receivers in Terrence Marshall and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase that can go blow for blow with guys like Trevin Diggs and Patrick Surtain Jr. I think that that back end, which is the strength of the Bama defense that Pete Golden is calling, can be beaten by this particular group of wide receivers, especially if they get their tight ends involved. Because you don't have anybody right now at Bama that you trust to cover those tight ends. And that is where I think you're going to have a lot of room to grow here if you're LSU. And Joe Burrow has shown with a 78.8% completion percentage, he's going to see it if it's there. You're going to move the football. And while a lot of people think this is going to be a throwback to old school SEC football and you're going to see like a 9-6 game, that ain't what this is. The Big 12 has come to the SEC in the form of Alabama and LSU. Now you're getting to see what it means to have to defend these high-powered offenses. I mean, LSU is the closest thing to Oklahoma that is in football right now. And Oklahoma's still a cut above. Oklahoma is averaging 600 yards a game, damn near 50 points a game. LSU doing the same damn thing. They're just happen to do it in the SEC West, which people think is just a better division or the best division in football, depending on how you want to call it up. Not even how you want to call it up. It is the best division in football. We'll just leave it there. But I'm picking a side in this thing because, one, Alabama fans are just flat getting on my nerves, and they have been for over a year now. And two, I think that this LSU team is fun. I like Joe Burrow's moxie. I wasn't in on him to start. I was late to the party, and I didn't understand why he was being considered for the Heisman when he's beating up on Northwestern State and Vandy. And I get it. My homies over at College Football Nerds have said it over and over again. They gave up a bunch of points to Vandy. I understand that. But in this sport, we say you score more points than the other team and you win. And LSU scores points. It's not that Tua and that offense won't score. It's that I expect Derek Stingley, Grant Delpit, Christian Fulton, and Jacoby Stevens to put the clamps on, right? I expect them to limit what these wide receivers for Alabama are able to do, because if these slants go for 70 yards, yeah, they'll win. Yeah, I saw them do that against Oklahoma. I called it. I've got the upload to prove it. I said, you're not going to have, Oklahoma doesn't have an answer for that RPO slant route, especially when you put Jerry Jeudy in there against an outside linebacker. They ain't going to have that. Kayvon Chasen and Jake Phillips are going to have to earn their keep here, and Justin Thomas is going to have to get home. You're going to need everybody to beat this Alabama team. I don't want to make it sound like this is going to be easy. I don't even want to make it sound like it's not going to be fun to watch, but I do want to get across. This is the year. Alabama goes down in the regular season. Don't let them in. When it's all said and done, when they're not playing for a conference championship and it's Georgia versus LSU in just 3 weeks' time, I don't want to hear it. This is the game that both of these teams have to win. If LSU loses this game, I don't want them anywhere near college football playoff conversation. Period. The criteria is the criteria. And if we're going to hold this game up as the most important game of the entire season, regardless of schedule, then the winner of this needs to be crowned as the SEC West Division champ and have an opportunity to play for a conference championship and an opportunity to get in the college football playoff. And the other one needs to be playing in the friggin' Orange Bowl or something, okay? Because that's what this game means to me. I'm so excited about it. I'm going to have to get to Norman early so I can sit down and watch every second of this game. Because that's where I'm at. I've been reluctant to talk about it this week. One, my homies that I mentioned over at Nerds already did an outstanding outstandingly. They already broke this game down outstandingly. I'm just so excited about it. And they've had me amped up for a couple weeks over this. And my man Daniel, my man Josh, if you don't subscribe to their channel, you're doing it wrong. They're outstanding human beings and they're outstanding connoisseurs of college football, even as they try to remain unbiased in what you're talking about. Cool, I get that. Some people equate that with professionalism. I say that I got into this because I'm a fan of the sport and I love the sport and I want to talk about it in wins and losses. I want to talk about it in the way that we talk about trash talk, and the way that we talk about recruiting, and the way we talk about how this feels to be in the thick of a thing, to be amped up and ready to go because it is November. In Oklahoma, we call it Championship November. I think that's the thing we can extend all across. Make it a break in seasons now. When the FCS playoffs start, make it a break in seasons now. This is what it's all about. This is what the 365 days of pain and sweat are for. And yes, I upload every single day, so I feel this in my soul. Because for many of you, this is the only time you're ever going to watch this channel, period. You're not going to be here in March. You're not going to be here in April. You're not going to be here in February. I understand. I get it. Nobody's really talking about college football in May except people like me who are degenerates who are going to be watching, Miami of Ohio play tonight rather than college basketball because I love this stuff. And it helped me get through a very dark point in my life. And I can't continue to talk about it without being so passionate and over the top. And I've tried to make it a little bit more professional in my delivery. I use scripts from time to time now. I've tried to upgrade my, setup because it's not unlike college football. Because people care about what I do and because people are giving their time to what I do, I'm able to upgrade it, but that also means the expectations are raised. It means that you expect victories, you expect W's, you expect entertainment and information. You expect to be here with me doing this thing, and you get to tell everybody about it. And I have to steward that. I want to steward that. That is what it means to be the head coach at LSU. That's why Ed Orgeron is going to be judged entirely on what happens in this game on Saturday. And Nick Saban is going to be judged this season on what happens in this game on Saturday. Nobody's going to care that Shane Lee is out there playing his guts out, or DJ Dale is playing his guts out, or Justin Igbe is playing his guts out. They care that they're freshmen. Nobody's going to care that people wanted Ed Orgeron fired after he lost to Neil Brown at Troy, and all that guy's done is go to West Virginia and played everybody really well, and West Virginia damn near got a pelt in Baylor last week. Nobody's going to care about that. They care that they win 9-4. I love what Ed Orgeron stands for. I've loved him since I read Meat Market by Bruce Feldman. It's an awesome book. You should read it. I've come to adore Nick Saban for the way that he talks about mental health awareness, because it's a thing that I deal with every day. It's a thing that has impacted my family, and to know that there are head coaches that are using their platform and also using their program to try to do something cool about that will mean something to me. It'll always mean something to me that people care about how the kids feel, about the pressure that they're under, about how one loss can ruin a season, how one win can make a season. I love this sport, man. I love games like this. I love weeks like this. I do the best I can, just like the kids, just like the coaches, just like the support staff that you never hear from, you don't hear about. And in many ways, I owe so much to people who have helped me, and to these players and these coaches who entertain me and teach me with their stories, with their recruiting, with their families. So many of these kids this weekend are going to be playing for so much more than themselves. They're out to vindicate some people. They're out to prove that they were worth the effort and they were worth the time. All right. This makes it to one of the kiddos is playing in this game this weekend. I really want you to know you have my whole heart. And I understand what this game means to you and what it means to the people around you. And I'm proud of you. I know what it takes to get there. I know what it takes to stay there. And I know there's so much that you wish you could tell people that you'll never, ever be able to talk about. All right, I'm gonna go cry in the car. Doses.